moved on. People can respect that, but don't try to hold on to something that ain't there. And too many times, our situations are never different because we always sit up. We always sitting up trying to act as if everything is all right, and it isn't. You got to know that. How relative is the information that I'm gathering? Are people telling you that just so they can have a piece of you? Let me tell you what I mean by that. And I say this all the time. You can't talk to people that's in a jacked up situation about your situation. Because hear me, if they're in a bitter, bent place, they'll talk you out of your stuff because they're lonely and miserable themselves. Sometimes you got to know, watch this here, is the information that you're gathering authentic? Does everybody have to know every move that you're making? Does everybody have to know everything that you're doing? Everybody don't need to know your business. Let me tell you something. I'm a private person. It's not so much that I got something to hide, but people don't need to know what's going on in my life. Not every move of my life. I don't need to check in. I'm going to the bathroom. I don't need to check in that I'm at this place. I don't need to do, you know why? Because hear me, somebody who's looking for you can easily find you because you done let everybody know where you are. Sometimes it's better for you not to tell everybody every move you make, everything that you're doing, because especially when you got lurkers and watchers and this, that, and the other, you cause more problems for yourself and problems for people. I was telling a brother today at the event that I was at and the mentoring that I was doing today. I had a lot of stuff going on today. And the man said to me, he said, how can I find out more? I said, the reason how you find out more is being a sponge wanting to grow. You have to want to take the walk, take the journey. Watch this here. Sometimes your greatest journeys, amen, is sometimes keeping your mouth shut, just following the course. Sometimes just watching from afar. You can learn a whole lot by watching, not so much by speaking. I read a Facebook post about a week or so ago that said, I know more than you think. And that's very true, because if you watch everybody else's stuff, false, just because it's up doesn't necessarily mean that it's authentic. And watch this, you have to now get to a place where you are starting to see how you can find out more. In life, there is so much more to learn, so much to adapt to, so much to be part of, and to how to walk in the things that you should be walking into in this proper season. All right, and I'm gonna give you one more how, and then I'm gonna move on. How can I involve relevant people? Key word here is relevant. Some people, you don't need to let them know your moves. Can I tell you something? Some people like to be around you to know everything about you and never tell you nothing about them. They'll see how you're doing stuff but never introduce you to their world. If you got to hide what it is that you're doing and you're connected to somebody, that's a sign right there you're in the wrong situation. Sometimes you sometimes you really just have to not tell people your moves. They're not happy for you. They don't need to know your every move. They don't need to know everything that there is about you. Because hear me, they'll count your money. They'll count your time. They'll count your space. They'll count exactly what it is that you're doing. Y'all, I know y'all ain't gonna say nothing to me right here because y'all ain't feeling this right here. You have to know in this season the relevant people for your life. And can I tell you something? Your relevant people are not always people that's up in your face, not always up in your space. Your relevant people are not always people that got to know every intricate detail. They just know how to pray you through some situations. You got to make sure that you are solutions to problems. All right? Did you hear what I said? Shut your good mouth. Y'all might want to put that up right there. Shut your good mouth. Amen. Because everybody don't need to know everything that you're doing. And hear me, you only can have certain people who can pray you through a situation or know certain things that can help you through it. I love talking to Governor. I love talking to people on my Maxwell team. I love talking to people who have an interest to want to know. Amen. You ask me a question, I'm going to give you the answer. You know, that's just how I rock. We don't have to play the Facebook game. Drop your name, ask me one question, and I promise to tell you the truth. You still lying because you ain't going to tell them. Amen. So sometimes you just got to know how to be around the right people. I like being around kingdom-minded people. I love being being around people that really have a heart in the things of God. That's one of the greatest joys that I have working for the company that I work for. That I'm around kingdom-minded people. I got some brothers I can actually say I'm cool with, and I can hang out with. My man WD, Wayne Dean, my boy Delroy, especially Delroy and Wayne. Those are my two boys. That man, we ride or die. Hey man, we talking about doing a whole lot of things together, and it's good to have good camaraderie, good teamwork. We can think and know that prism. The ladies that work in the office, that we just know them. We just people that just know how to work and continually get together and be the pieces. Our team that I work with, we just like jazz. Hey man, we know who got the horns, who got the brass, who got the chops. Hey man, we just know who has what, and we work that thing and we adjust and we do what has to be done. We know the how. We know who is relevant. We know what's necessary. We know what's important. Amen. And when we get our jobs done, we get them done to the best of our ability. Okay, so I did the what, I did the why, I did the how. Here go to where. Here go to where. This is this is the section here that I put down on my phone that I know y'all not gonna like, and I put it just like that. They not gonna like this part. Here's the where. Where did the problem arise? Did the problem arise once you got to the place? When you got to the place of argumentation, or when you had to get the rebuke, or did the problem actually arise when you had the disagreement 6 months ago and you never came to the board table to deal with that matter? Did y'all hear what I just said? See, you got to know where it actually arose. If you got a problem, ask yourself, where did it actually arise? Some of you right now, your problems arose in some places, that you never really actually addressed. Sometimes you got to address some things. Hear me, that's not popular. That's not where they need to be. Sometimes you got to say to yourself, hey, look here. We need to talk about this right now because this affected me 5 months ago. Some of you right now are still carrying hurt from 7 years ago. I thank God I got free from a whole lot of stuff. I thank God I got free from some stuff that had to move me into a totally different place. And now I know how to move around the cabin unloved. I know how to move around the cabin unappreciated. I know how to move around the cabin not respected. There used to be a time I would fight for that, be argumentative about it, had to prove why I should have. Now I got to the point where I know the right people that do love me, and there'll be the people who think that I should be loved, amen, and these people shouldn't, but I should be hurt and kicked by these people. No, it don't work that way. I just know how to just move around the cabin, do what I'm supposed to do, and yet know how to be congenial. I know we don't have a relationship. We have a relationship because we're connected to certain people. There's no authenticity of love. We say that we do, but we really don't. So where did the problem actually arise? Is it because you got involved in somebody else's business and included yourself in it? Or did you actually say to yourself, this problem arose not even from you? Hear me. It arose in my own childhood. Y'all ain't ready for that. Some things that's going on in your life, in certain relationships, in certain areas, has nothing to do with them. It has something to do with you. It has something to do with something maybe in your childhood, maybe in how you view certain things, maybe the way you see things the way that they are. And hear me, that don't make you a bad person because you don't see it through the lens of someone else. Sometimes you have to say to yourself, why am I going through this? Sometimes it's the where. Okay? So where did that problem arise? Watch this here. Where does it impact? Where does it impact? And some of your impact has came from, watch this here, it has came from your childhood. It came from how you've seen certain things, how you view certain things, what you have been told about certain things. You don't know how to I was saying to a couple yesterday, I was talking to a couple. We were having a little counseling session, and then the sister was kind of involved. And I said, "You're forgetting one day they're going to make up, and when they make up, now you got to go back and fix what was messed up because you got involved and you chose sides." Too many times, if a person comes to you and vent, don't always just assume that person is bad and think that they walk on water. Because trust me, some people provoke you to anger. Some people provoke you to certain things, and don't think that they just get mad and they just hellish by trade. Sometimes that they're angry or mad because of something that may have happened. You just never know. That's where you have to know, where did this thing actually arise from? Where did it actually stem from? So you'll be able to know how to properly deal with that thing from the proper channel and lens from where it needs to be. All right? Is the where important? Is the where important? Is it really important? Some things you don't even need to address. Some things you don't even need to discuss. Something that you just need to say, you know what, miss me with all that. I ain't even feeling it. I ain't even feeling it. You know why? And let me tell you why I ain't feeling it. Because it's not important. You got to know what's important and what's not important. You got to know what's helpful and what isn't helpful. You got to know what is striding and what is not striding. Some things you just got to look at yourself and say, you know what? I don't need this right now. I got to do something different. I got to do something else, because I realize that what I'm doing right now, I can do something better and use my energy in a place that it needs to be. Okay? Let me give you two more and I'm out of here for the night. Who? This is the one I really love. Who am I trying to please? Who am I trying to please? You might want to write that one down and ask yourself that. Who am I really trying to please? If you ain't trying to please God, you don't need to be trying to please man. First of all, you better know how to please yourself. You better know how to make yourself happy. You'll never make nobody else happy. I was watching Pastor Beverly Joseph a little while ago. I watched it a little while ago, and she made this statement, and it's very true, because I was out of sync with this for years, and then the Lord learned how to gravitate to my heart and help me with it. If you don't know how to love yourself, it's going to be impossible for you to love somebody else. What I needed love, I didn't get it. From my childhood, there were things that I needed my mother to do. Being in a house with an absentee father. So the male perspective that I had was my brother. And that's why I think I'm very close to my brothers. There has to be where you look at and you begin to say, hey, who am I really trying to impress? Who am I really trying to prove? I got some men on here. Let me help you real quick. You can go buy all the purses, all the bags, all the shoes. You can get all the hair done. You can do all that to make her happy. But if you ain't doing nothing for yourself, you'll throw it up in her face later with everything you're doing for her, and she has no appreciation for you. Y'all don't want to talk about that kind of stuff right there. You better be trying to please God. And in pleasing God and in pleasing yourself, you'll be able to be a people. You'll be able to please other people. One of the greatest joys that I do have in my life is I like to see other people happy, even if it takes for me not to be in the picture. Sometimes I'd rather you move forward just so I can get out of the picture. Are y'all listening to me? Some things you got to say to yourself, I got to please God. I got to move to a place of God where God is happy with me, and that I'm happy with him. There was a song that we sung years ago that said, I'm in love with Jesus and he's in love with me. Y'all ain't talking to me. You want to make sure that you're in that place where you understand that I'm trying to please God, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm being better every single day. All right? Who cares about this situation? Who is it affecting? You got to be very careful how you spill seeds of discord and anger. You got to be very careful, because it not only affects you and that person, it can affect the prism of people. People can't see giants arguing. They can't see leaders arguing. Because what ends up happening is you have church wars. You have departmental issues. So all it takes is one person to be mad at your boss, and then they'll try to find the one who's mad with the boss. And now y'all done formulated an alliance to try to overthrow the boss. Y'all missed it. So who is it actually affecting? Sometimes deal with that thing. Deal with it, talk about it, and watch this here. Don't come to people asking opinions, and they tell you truth, and then you come back with this line, I'm going to pray about it. Well, what you asked me for? You said, I'm coming to you as a man of God. I'm coming to you as a woman of God. And then you ask, but it's not the popular answer that you want to hear. And then you turn around and then say, I'm going to pray about it. Get yourself delivered. You want to walk in offense. We have to stop walking in offense, being 30, 40, and 50 years old, saying that you are fighting.